Hey there, everybody! Have you ever imagined life without your phone? Imagine waking up in the morning and not reaching for that device on your nightstand. No notifications, no alarms, just the sound of birds chirping outside your window. It sounds almost idyllic, doesn't it? But in today's world, it feels almost impossible. No scrolling through endless feeds, no texting friends and family, no checking emails or playing games, just you and the world around you. It's a daunting thought, right? Well, we decided to take on this challenge. We wanted to see if we could disconnect from our digital lives and reconnect with the real world. It was a bold decision, but we were ready to give it a shot.
We challenged ourselves to go 24 hours without any form of technology. No phones, no laptops, no tablets, not even smartwatches. It was a complete digital detox. We made a pact, shook hands, and set the rules. This was going to be a true test of our willpower and determination. At first, the idea sounded terrifying. We rely so much on our devices for everything. From waking up in the morning to staying connected with our loved ones, our gadgets are an integral part of our daily lives. The thought of being without them for an entire day was enough to make us anxious. We started to question ourselves. Could we actually do it? Would we be able to survive a whole day without our digital crutches? What if something important happened and we missed it? These were the questions running through our minds as we prepared for the challenge.
But despite our fears and doubts, we were determined to see it through. We wanted to prove to ourselves that we could live without technology, even if just for a day. We exchanged determined looks and nodded in agreement. This was it. We were about to find out what life without technology would be like. We gathered all our devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and even our smartwatches, and placed them into a box. There was no room for cheating. We sealed the box and put it away, out of sight and out of mind. It was a symbolic gesture, a commitment to our challenge.
This meant no checking social media, no watching videos, and definitely no online shopping. We were cutting ourselves off from the digital world completely. It was a drastic change, but we were ready to embrace it. We wanted to see what life was like without the constant buzz of notifications and the endless stream of information. It was time to unplug and reconnect with each other. We gathered in the living room, free from the distractions of our devices. We talked, laughed, and shared stories. It was a refreshing change, a chance to truly engage with one another without the interference of technology.
We were both excited and nervous to see what would happen. This was uncharted territory for us, a step into the unknown, but we were ready to face the challenge head-on. We were eager to discover what we could learn about ourselves and each other in the absence of technology. The journey was just beginning and we couldn't wait to see where it would take us. We had to make some rules. No sneaking a peek at our phones, no using any devices even for a second.
We all agreed. It was important to be present with each other. We wanted to make the most of our time together.
We decided to spend the day at Sarah's house. She had a big backyard and plenty of board games.
We thought it would be a fun and relaxing environment. We packed some snacks, drinks, and our adventurous spirits.
We were ready for anything.
We started with a classic board game, Monopoly. Remember that? The one where you buy properties and try not to go bankrupt?
It was hilarious watching everyone argue over Park Place and Boardwalk.
We also dug out some old photo albums. It was so much fun reminiscing about old times.
We laughed at our crazy hairstyles and funny outfits. It was a great reminder of all the good times we've shared.
The first few hours were strange. It felt weird not reaching for our phones every few minutes.
We kept instinctively checking our pockets, even though we knew they were empty. It was like our phones had become a part of us.
But as the day went on, something amazing happened. We started to relax.
We actually started to enjoy each other's company without distractions. We were living in the moment.
Okay, I have to admit, there were moments of weakness. We all felt it. The urge to reach for our phones was almost instinctual. It was like a reflex we couldn't control. Every time we faced a minor inconvenience or a moment of boredom, our hands would twitch towards our pockets or bags, searching for that familiar device. It was a constant battle to remind ourselves that we were doing this for a reason.
Like when we were trying to decide what movie to watch. It seemed like such a simple task, but without our phones, it became a monumental challenge. We couldn't just pull up a list of the latest releases or check out the top-rated films on streaming services. Instead, we had to rely on our memories and personal recommendations. It was a strange feeling, almost like we were back in the pre-internet days.
We all had different opinions. Some of us wanted to watch a comedy, while others were in the mood for a thriller. There were even a few who suggested we watch a classic film. The debate went on for what felt like hours. Each of us passionately defended our choices, trying to convince the others why our pick was the best. It was a lively discussion, full of laughter and good-natured teasing.
It would have been so easy to just Google the best reviewed movies. A quick search would have given us a list of options, complete with ratings and reviews. But that wasn't the point of this exercise. We wanted to see if we could manage without relying on technology for every little thing, and surprisingly we did. We managed to come to a consensus without the help of the internet.
But we resisted the urge. It was tough, no doubt about it. There were moments when someone would absent-mindedly reach for their phone, only to remember our pact and pull their hand back. It was a test of willpower, and we were determined to pass it. We wanted to prove to ourselves that we could enjoy each other's company without the constant distraction of screens.
We ended up having a lively debate about our favorite films. It was amazing how much we remembered about movies we had seen years ago. We talked about the plots, the characters, the memorable scenes. It was like a trip down memory lane, and it brought back a lot of fond memories. We laughed, we argued, and we bonded over our shared love of cinema.
It was actually kind of refreshing. Without the constant interruptions of notifications and messages, we were able to fully immerse ourselves in the moment. We paid more attention to each other, listened more intently, and engaged in deeper conversations. It was a reminder of how much we miss out on when we're glued to our screens.
Then there was the time when we were playing charades. It was one of those spontaneous moments that turned into a highlight of the evening. We had to rely on our creativity and acting skills to convey the clues, and it led to some hilarious and unforgettable moments. It was a game that required us to be present and engaged, and it was a lot of fun.
One of the clues was Dancing with the Stars. It was a popular show, but for some reason, none of us could remember the name. We could picture the dancers, the judges, the glittering costumes, but the title just wouldn't come to us. It was like a mental block that we couldn't overcome.
We couldn't stop laughing because none of us could remember the name of the show. It was a moment of collective forgetfulness that turned into a shared joke. We kept throwing out random guesses, each one more ridiculous than the last. It was a reminder of how much we rely on technology to fill in the gaps in our memory.
We knew exactly how to look it up on our phones, but we couldn't. It was part of the challenge we had set for ourselves. We wanted to see if we could manage without the crutch of instant information. It was frustrating at times, but it also made us realize how much we take for granted.
It was frustrating and hilarious at the same time. We were so used to having all the answers at our fingertips that it felt strange to be without them. But in the end, it brought us closer together. We learned to rely on each other, to share our knowledge and experiences, and to appreciate the moments of connection that technology often interrupts. It was a valuable lesson, and one that we won't soon forget.
Without our phones to distract us, we actually talked to each other.
I know, right? Crazy.
We had real conversations about our lives, our dreams, and everything in between.
We told stories, we shared secrets, and we laughed until our sides hurt.
It was amazing how much we had to say when we weren't constantly checking our notifications.
Later that afternoon, we decided to take a break from the board games and go for a walk in the park.
It was a beautiful day and the fresh air felt amazing.
We noticed things we hadn't seen before, like the way the sunlight sparkled on the water and the sound of the birds singing.
Without our phones to distract us, we were able to really appreciate the beauty around us.
It was a good reminder that there's a whole world out there beyond our screens.
As the day went on, I realized something important. We rely on technology so much that we forget how to connect with each other.
We're so busy staring at our screens that we miss out on the simple joys of human interaction.
But when we disconnect from technology, even for a little while, we open ourselves up to new experiences.
We learned to appreciate the people around us more.
We realized that true connection happens offline.
By the end of the 24 hours, we were surprised at how much we had accomplished.
We had played games, shared stories, and created new memories.
Most importantly, we had reconnected with each other in a way that we hadn't in a long time.
We learned that it's possible to survive without technology.
In fact, we thrived.
We discovered that life without distractions can be pretty amazing.
We all agreed that we needed to make an effort to disconnect from technology more often.
Maybe not for a full 24 hours every time, but even just for a few hours a week.
It's so important to take a break from the digital world and reconnect with ourselves and the people we love.
So, I challenge you to try it.
Put down your phone, turn off the TV, and go spend some quality time with the people you care about.
You might be surprised at what you discover. Our 24-hour technology detox was an eye-opening experience. It was a journey that took us out of our comfort zones and into a realm where we had to rely on each other and the world around us. We were so used to the constant buzz of notifications and the endless scroll of social media that we had forgotten what it felt like to be truly present in the moment. It reminded us of the importance of human connection and the beauty of the world around us. We found joy in the simple things, like a heartfelt conversation, the sound of birds chirping, or the sight of a breathtaking sunset. These moments, often overshadowed by our digital lives, came to the forefront and filled our hearts with gratitude.
We learned that it's okay to disconnect from technology every now and then. In fact, it's more than okay, it's necessary. We realized that our constant connectivity was not only draining our energy, but also our ability to connect with the people and the world around us. By putting away our phones, we opened ourselves up to new experiences and deeper connections.
In fact, it's essential for our well-being. Taking a break from the digital world allowed us to practice mindfulness and be more present. We engaged in activities that nurtured our souls, like meditating outdoors, practicing yoga, and simply being in the moment. These practices helped us to recharge and find a sense of peace that we had been missing.
So go ahead and challenge yourself to a digital detox. Start small, maybe just an hour a day or a weekend without your phone. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish and how much more connected you'll feel to the world around you. It's a simple yet powerful way to improve your mental and emotional well-being.
You might just surprise yourself with how much you enjoy it. The initial discomfort of being without your phone will quickly be replaced by a sense of freedom and joy. You'll find yourself more engaged in conversations, more aware of your surroundings, and more appreciative of the little things in life. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
And who knows, you might even inspire others to do the same. Your decision to take a break from technology could encourage your friends and family to do the same. Together, you can create a ripple effect that promotes a healthier, more balanced way of living. It's a movement that starts with one person but can grow to include many.
Until next time, keep on laughing, keep on connecting, and keep on living your best life. Remember, the best moments in life are often the ones that happen when we least expect them, when we're fully present and open to the world around us. So, take a step back from the digital world and embrace the beauty of real-life connections. You'll be glad you did.